Today I'm going to be ranking every single Christopher Nolan movie. I've been wanting to make this video for almost a year, so I don't want to waste any time. Let's get into the ranking system. Our top category is absolute cinema. That means this movie is perfect. Just below that, we have instant rewatch. I could watch this movie on loop and not get bored. Our next category is plain and simple. Solid. This movie didn't offend me, but it didn't stick with me. This is where things start to get a little dicey. I respect it, but I don't like it. And lastly, and leastly, time I'm never getting back. Oh god, this is gonna be controversial. This is Nolan's first movie, and it's an incredible directorial debut. It's a very artistic and thought-provoking movie. It's all black and white, and it's extremely moody. It has a very short runtime, and it's clearly low budget, but not in a cheap way, in an innovative way that's very resourceful. Don't go into this movie expecting a huge Nolan spectacle, because that's not what this movie is. While there are bits and pieces of the Nolan we all know and love today, this is his first movie, so he's just starting to develop his style. That being said, this movie really inspired me, even if it wasn't flashy. It kind of showed me that, like, even if you have limited budget, limited equipment, you can still make something really great. So I'd say this is a really solid movie. I need to start by saying that I could, and I probably will, make a whole video dedicated to Memento. The acting is incredible, and the story is even better. I love movies where, like, you learn alongside the main character, and this movie makes you feel like a detective. I would consider this movie the start of Christopher Nolan's mind-bending style. This movie uses two converging timelines, the one that goes forwards in time, and one that goes backwards in time until they meet in the middle. This movie is very confusing, and I had to just pause it sometimes to just stare at the wall and think for a minute, but I'm all for that. I love when movies make you work a little. We're starting off really strong because this is my favorite Christopher Nolan movie. This is absolute cinema. Chris, we were doing so good, but I truly don't understand what happened with this movie. This movie made me hate Robin Williams, which I didn't even think was possible, and put me to sleep, which is quite ironic considering the name. I didn't find the concept interesting. I thought it was quite disturbing, not in a way that had me like on the edge of my seat, but in a way that's like, I want to turn this off. The acting was pretty mediocre except for Robin Williams. Rest in peace, Robin. You are loved. Other than that, I found this movie pretty basic, boring, so unfortunately it has to go into time I'm never getting back. This movie has a lot going against it. It is the first really serious Batman film. Because before this movie came out, most Batman adaptations were cartoons or movies that leaned very comedic. I want to make it so abundantly clear, I am a superhero hater. I don't have any strong opinions about this movie other than it was pretty good. I don't know, I really don't remember it, so for that reason it's going in solid. This movie is like impossible to even explain. There's so many storylines, timelines, plot twists that I can't even, it would be like a whole hour breakdown. This is the first Christopher Nolan movie I watched, and it started this journey. This movie was so mind-bending and confusing and surprisingly emotional. It's definitely a slower watch, so you have to like really be ready to sit down, watch this movie and pay attention. Nolan really takes his time with this film, lets things ruminate, and lets the viewer come to their own conclusion before slapping you in the face and saying, yeah, you're stupid. I definitely need to go watch this movie again because I know this is the type of movie that's just like so much better on the second watch because you kind of like know a little details and Easter eggs to look out for. So for that reason, this is going in instant rewatch. This is the second installment in Nolan's Batman trilogy, and it's really good. Like, I really hate to say that. We get introduced to Heath Ledger as the Joker, and his performance as the Joker is in my top 10 performances that I've ever seen in a movie in like my entire lifetime. This movie is well-paced, action-packed. It's one of the only superhero movies I've ever enjoyed. That being said, it is still a superhero movie, so it's against everything I believe in to put it above solid. However, it's really solid. This movie and I actually have a lot in common. We were both born in July 2010, and that's about it. This movie is very popular for a reason. It's action-packed, unique, it's like a story that's never been told before. This movie really made me realize that my weakness is watching people fight in suits. Just give me a second, roll the edits, you'll thank me later. You're welcome. This is a movie that sticks with you and has you thinking about it weeks after you watch it. I had a math test the day after watching it, and that was a mistake because I did fail that math test because I was thinking about what my totem would be, and I've established that it would be this necklace. Cillian Murphy's performance in this movie is so brief but so moving, like it really stuck with me. Absolute cinema. This movie is very disappointing. Like so beyond disappointing. I kind of wish this movie didn't exist. It was very long and not very entertaining. I don't think Bane was an interesting villain. He was just kind of obnoxious. Batman was also obnoxious. Everyone was obnoxious in this movie except for Joseph Gordon-Levitt, so thank you for giving us something to keep watching for. Yeah, I had to watch this over the course of 2 days just because I couldn't keep my eyes open. The other two carry it enough where I can put it in, I respect it, but I don't like it. This is actually gonna be incredibly controversial. I can't believe I'm about to say this on the internet. I'm gonna get doxxed, but I'm doing it for you guys. I want to start by saying that I understand how iconic and innovative this movie is. However, I felt my mind wandering during this movie. I just couldn't stay focused on it. There was nothing about this movie that I didn't like. I really enjoyed it. I couldn't focus on it. The acting was great. The cinematography was phenomenal. The soundtrack was the best soundtrack I think I've ever heard, possibly. Maybe I was in a bad mood. I think I watched this during finals week, so that was probably, first of all, a mistake. Should not have done that. And second of all, I think it definitely impacted my viewing experience. Just because I didn't feel the urge to rewatch it, I'm going to rewatch it. As of now, it's gonna go in solid, a high solid. I'm not a history fan. I don't like history at school, and I don't like history when I'm not at school. I use movies and books for escapism, so why am I trying to learn while watching a movie or reading something? It's not clocking you. It's not clocking you that I'm studying on business, is it? This movie just felt like school to me. It was boring, and I did think it was shot beautifully, but that's kind of something that I expect out of a Christopher Nolan movie, so I don't know, it's not very notable. But overall, I was just waiting for the credits to roll, so that's time I'm never getting back. Also, why was Harry Styles in this movie? If you look up Tenet on YouTube, the word that comes up right after is explained, because it's very complicated. This movie is an underrated, overhated masterpiece because it's very confusing and people just simply don't take the time to process it and understand it. I was smiling the entire time watching this movie because it was such a great experience, and then I even shed a tear at the end. Robert Pattinson really stood out to me. Do not judge him based off Twilight or Harry Potter, and I know I've said this before, but he is so much more than that, and his performance in this particular movie really showed that.
Let me through! That's my son! It's my boy!
This movie also uses multiple timelines. Kind of. I don't know. I don't know how to describe it just because it's so confusing. I really want you guys to go watch it. The only reason I'm not putting this in absolute cinema is because just like The Prestige, I feel like a second viewing could really heighten the experience. I'm gonna start with the same warning I said for Dunkirk.
I don't like history.
I don't find it interesting or engaging, especially when it's about war. I'm definitely not this movie's target audience. It was shot well, acting was pretty good, but I found myself walking away from the movie feeling kind of numb. I think part of the reason I was a little disappointed is because I went in with such high expectations. I wanted to see this movie 3 years ago when it first came out, but I was too young. So I kind of thought it would be a life-changing experience for me, and it just didn't deliver on that high level of expectation that I had. Shout out to Emily Blunt. You carried that movie. I respect it, but I don't like it. I'm not gonna beat around the bush with this movie. It was fucking awesome. I don't even know what to say. I had the privilege to see it in 70mm IMAX, which is how Nolan filmed it. I'll put a picture on the screen of how big this screen was. Literally taller than my house. It was ginormous. As someone who already knew the original story of the Odyssey, and I know a good amount about Greek mythology in general, I had pretty high expectations, and the movie delivered for the most part. Some parts I felt like they could have focused on more, but I understand that the runtime would then be 6 hours if they really committed to every single part of the story. Anne Hathaway delivered the performance of a lifetime, and if she doesn't win an Oscar, there's something definitely wrong. She was definitely my favorite performance. Samantha Morton as a close second. She played Cersei, and I was just in awe the entire time she was on screen. I'm trying to keep this video concise, and I probably will make a full in-depth video about the Odyssey, but this movie, the praise it's getting is well earned. If you have the opportunity to see it in theaters, especially if you have the opportunity to go see it in IMAX, you need to go. I'm not joking. This movie will not be as good when you watch it at home, because the big screen, the surround sound, like, that's how you need to see it, because it'll add so much to the experience. We had to buy our IMAX tickets back in June, before the movie even came out. So unfortunately, that might not be possible if you don't already have tickets. But if you see one, and you have the opportunity to go see it in IMAX, you need to jump on it. Even though I feel like it deserves to be in Absolute Cinema, I watched it in 70mm IMAX, and I saw all those other movies just like on my regular TV. And it's recency bias. The day I wrote the script is the day I saw The Odyssey. So I can't, in good conscience, put in Absolute Cinema. So I'm gonna have to put it in between Absolute Cinema and Instant Rewatch, just because I think it's unfair and has an advantage above every other movie to put it in Absolute Cinema. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed, make sure to like, subscribe, comment, share, all that nonsense. You know what to do. If you've seen any of these movies, comment down below what you thought, and if you agree with me, or if you disagree, let's fight it out in the comments. Anyways, I think that's all for me. Make sure to watch another video. I have a whole bunch of stuff on my channel. You'll be able to find something you like. I'll see you in the next one. Bye!